Ep.1 here, back with another Minecraft video. And today I am reviewing, well, as you can see behind me, the MCHeli mod. This is a Japanese mod that you can get off of the link in the description, and it pretty much adds in helicopters, planes, boats, and even guns. Not the guns that you're thinking about, but bigger ones. I'm going to be splitting everything up into two different episodes. So there'll be part 1 where I do all of the stuff behind me plus the helicopters, and then part 2, which will be let me get into third person. Oh my god, it's laggy. Part 2, which will be the jets, the boats, and the missiles and AA guns. It's a little laggy, I think, because I have these guys in here. So before we actually start the episode, I'm going to break this and delete some of them, just because we don't need them all. Oh my god, it's laggy. I'm sorry, sir, I need to delete you. Trust me, these guys will lag you, especially if you have a freaking laptop. It's just a word on the street that I've been hearing. These guys will lag you. Wow, still 3 people and it lags you. That is sad. And we will set this up. This will be using later in the episode for some purposes. And if you do want to get custom NPCs into helicopters and such, all you have to do is enter the vehicle. And if they're in the vehicle itself, like you know how I had them in there, it will go into it, as you can tell right here. So we have one there, one there. He didn't go into it. I don't know why. Let's actually move the helicopter a little bit to the... There we go. That should work. Is he in now? No? Yes? Maybe so? Yes, sir? No, sir? No, he's not. There he is. Yeah, there we go. Got my whole little arsenal of people. It would be filled up, but I'm lagging, so we can only set it to 3 people. Anyway, guys, this is an awesome Japanese mod, so let's get right into it. First things first, you're going to want to know crafting recipe. It is the drafting table. And the way you make this is 1 redstone dust, 2 oak wood planks, like so, a crafting table, and 2 fence posts, and they'll give you this. You don't necessarily need this, especially if you have NEI. You don't need this, but if you don't, which I don't, this is definitely a must in this mod. And here we have a few basic materials that we need in order to make helicopters and such. So you right click on it, and as you can tell, here are the few basic items. So you have fuel, target designator, chain, parachute, blah 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 blah. And what's cool about this screen is that it tells you how everything works, so you guys can go explore that for yourself. Here's the drafting table recipe if you need it, and that's pretty much it. But if you go into these little tabs here, there's a helicopter list. There's no way to really go back. There's a plane list, vehicle list, which is really the AA guns and stuff. And the item list, which is all this stuff again. So the way this system works is that you can select a helicopter, plane, or vehicle, whatever, or you can make it in the crafting table itself. So if I select the longbow, I can say create, and it'll create it for me. Now, of course, since I'm in creative mode, I have infinite items, so it will not take the items out of my inventory. But if I were to go to the crafting table, I will... Wait, what was the recipe for this thing? I believe... Yeah, so just cross like a so. You can take this and just create it like that. So you don't need the crafting drafting table, as I said before, but if you don't have NEI, it is a must. So we'll just delete all that crap. Here's a decorative item. It is called the ammo box, I believe. Let me check real quick. Yeah, ammo box. All it is a little pile of ammo boxes and a missile. It doesn't do anything. I'm right clicking on it, and as you can tell, it doesn't do anything, but hey, whatever. We also have the fuel truck right here. It's also a decorative item, and you cannot do anything with it either. Here is a container. A container is a pretty cool chest. It can be attached to helicopters, and it can also float on water, so that's pretty cool too. I think it actually says that in the drafting table itself. And let me do this real quick. There we go. Here is the UAV control station. We will be getting into that later, but pretty much you can control stuff from the station. Here's a portable UAV. It can only control 2 planes as of now. I don't know which one. I know it can control the RC Goblin, and I think something in here, the Skylark maybe, I don't know. Can I place down the Skylark? Yeah, exactly. So that's the other one that needs to be put into there. Right here is the target laser designator. Pretty much what this is that you can get a target from this laser, so it is 50 meters away about. I can zoom in with this, pressing Z, camera mode, which we'll get into later, and X to zoom out. Okay, and pretty much what this does is it will call in the Avengers, and no, I'm not talking about the movie, guys, I'm talking about the planes. So we're gonna right click, and my Avengers should be coming in right now. It's a little laggy, sorry for that, guys. It is because I'm lagging right now. I mean, I do have a tab open, so I should probably deal with that. A little better. Some other miscellaneous stuff. We have the chain, which we'll be using later. We also have the stinger, fuel, which we will not be using. We also have smoke grenades, which we'll take out. A parachute we'll also be using later. A laser rangefinder, and a wrench. The chain pretty much lets you hook up the containers to the helicopters. This lets you shoot down helicopters and planes from the ground. This is obviously the ammo for it. These are smoke grenades. They do not do damage. They just put down a little smoke thing. They come in yellow, violet, red, and green. We also got a parachute and a laser finder. Parachute's pretty self-explanatory. Wait, let me get into the air. If I go into F5 mode and I go all the way up, parachute, and it'll just parachute you down, which is pretty cool. Negates fall damage as expected. If you're in survival, this thing it pretty much sets a chord to on a mob or vehicle, and also makes kind of like a waypoint. So if I look in this direction, and it's right now it is on monsters and mobs, and I press the left click button, it will mark them. So as you can see now, they have white triangles above them, and if I were to press V, which will change it to mark point, it will make a waypoint kind of, but you can't teleport to it or anything. It just makes a little red waypoint. Of course, you can zoom in and out with this. So that's pretty much it with that thing. We will be using this later. The wrench will fix damaged helicopters, which we might get into a little later when we actually damage a few helicopters. We will not be using the stinger as of yet, and we will also be getting a container, so I can show you how it works with the helicopter. Self-explanatory, I'll just show you what this does real quick. If I throw that onto the ground, it will make a smoke thing that goes with whatever color it is, so green, red, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it with all of these right here. But we will be getting back to the UAV things. Next, we'll be going on to what you guys have been waiting for, the helicopters. As you can tell, there's a long list of helicopters. That's why I cannot do all of them in this review. But there are quite a few. And for today's episode, we're going to be going through the Killer Egg, the Little Bird, which is its distant cousin, the Chinook, which is one of my favorite transport helicopters, the Boeing AH-6, which is a UAV helicopter that can hold 2 passengers plus the pilot, and the Apache Longbow, which is an attack helicopter. So we will get all of these. Oops, well, whatever. Okay. So we will show the killer egg and the little bird. We might not fly these, just so I don't have the episode to be long. I just kind of want to show them off. But here they are. So, the killer egg can seat a few people, not too many though. Plus, it has weapons such as a chain gun, and I believe also has Hydra missiles. The little bird, which is, as I said before, a distant cousin, is almost exactly like it, except that it doesn't have any weapons, but it does have these benches on the side, which can also hold people. So this one holds more people than that one right there, but that one has weapons on it. To go through a few things, helicopters also have, some helicopters and planes have different decals. So as you saw, that was just regular black. If we put that down, well, that's still regular black. I thought this one had, they might have changed it, but this one definitely has a different one. Yeah, see, now this one is a camouflage decal, and it goes straight back to black. So you can change that up if you want. Here is the Chinook. It is a transport helicopter, as seen before. It's pretty big, and it can, the back also opens. It has 3 machine guns on it, 2 miniguns and a regular machine gun. It also comes in 3 decals. I believe that was a camouflage decal. This is the black decal, and this is the U.S. Marines decal. I don't think it comes in any other colors other than that. Oh, it comes in a wider version of the U.S. Marine decal, and then back to camouflage. This is the perfect moment to show off how the transport system works. You can put a container down, or any entity for that matter, or actually no, just containers. Used to be able to put Flans vehicles down and it would carry it, but they took that out for some reason, I don't know why. You can right click with a chain, which I just did, and then right click on the helicopter and it will connect them. It will push the container towards it, which is pretty awesome. Let's get into the helicopter. So here are a few controls. Z will open the hatch in the back. But before we do that, you can page up and down while in third person to control the zoom on the camera. Z will open the back as seen there. And then we can close it, because I do not want to keep it there. Let's get back into this view. This one has no weapons, but in order to change weapons, it is G. Camera mode is C, so we have night vision, thermal, which is a little laggy, and back to normal. We also have flares, and this is, you can't really see them because I think they're in the ground. We'll do that once we're up in the air. Y to dismount, and when it means Y to dismount, that means it will dismount entities. So it won't dismount you, but it will dismount people that are in your helicopter, which we will show with the helicopter in front of us. Free look is left control, and that pretty much lets you look around without controlling the helicopter, because if I go back into here, I cannot move my camera, but if I go into free look, I can look around, but I will not be moving the helicopter with my mouse, which we'll also get into. Put rack. That puts whatever containers you have connected to you onto the helicopter. I don't know if it'll work because it's a little buggy. Sometimes it'll work and sometimes it'll not. We'll try. No, it's not working for this one. Usually it does work. I have tried a few times. It does work, guys, but it can be very finicky. So we're going to actually start flying up into the air right now. Okay, so now we're in the air, and as you can tell, we're bringing that container with me. Now it is space to hover. So there are 2 different kinds of modes for helicopters. There's hovering and there is flying. When you're in hover mode, you can move your mouse left and right to move the helicopter itself. You can obviously go to left control, look around, do that kind of thing. It is W to go forward, so actually we can get a better view of it here. W to go forward, it is A to go bank left, D to bank right, and S to go backwards. Let's also do this real quick, guys. So that's day now. So we'll go into this free look mode. You can see the model of this beautiful helicopter. And yes, the guns do work on it, which we'll also show. There's also that rappelling thing, which we'll also get to with the other helicopter down there. But let's go back into this view. So when you are flying, it is W and S is W to increase throttle and S to decrease throttle. So if I go back into this view, and press, oh yeah, see, so I move, you use your mouse to go forward and you use your mouse to go back. So if I move my mouse backwards, it'll move the helicopter forward. If I move it frontwards, it will go backwards. And that's just a little thing that you can change in the config, which we'll also get into later. Stupid things. As of now, I'm in hovering mode, guys, so don't worry. I just press space to get into hovering mode. Also, it is, while in this mode, it is, I already told you to increase throttle, which is W, S to decrease throttle, A is to bank left, D is to bank right again, and you use your mouse to, in order to turn the craft, okay? So right now I'm using my mouse to turn the craft itself. I'm not actually using the, A and D keys. A and D are to move the craft from left to right, like so. I'm doing that right now. I don't know if you can see, but in order to move the craft in certain directions, you have to use your mouse, unless you're in hovering mode. If you're in hovering mode, well, then you use WASD to move your craft around. So we're gonna go into left control. If I press F, it will release my supply drop, and then I can release it down to the ground. We are actually going to land. So let's do that real quick. Back into control mode, back into free look. So we are landing ASAP, and we can go back into this view, and we can get out of the helicopter. So that's just a really cool thing. I don't know if I can get that. Yes, I can. The guns do work on all of these helicopters. So if I were to right click, as you can tell, I'm on the gun. If I right click with the gun, I can shoot it. F and R to go to previous seats. So this has a few seats on it. That's the machine gun. This is one seat. This is a second seat. This one has quite a few seats on it, as you can tell. The co-pilot's seat, and then the other machine. Oh no, this was the machine gun. Yeah, this is the machine gun. And then the other machine gun. There we go, the chain gun, which is pretty cool indeed. So we're just gonna destroy this helicopter real quick. And since we are done showing off how the container system works, we will show off how the UAV system works. So a few helicopters and such can only be used in a UAV station or a portable station. For the portable station, you can only use RC Goblins, and you can only use the Skylark. This is the portable UAV station. This is the regular UAV station. As you can tell, if I right click with this, it says please use the UAV station. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to right click, and then we are going to place that right there. And as you can see, we are now in the helicopter. Now this is a big UAV helicopter. Most of them are pretty normal size or even smaller than that. But that's just how it works, I guess. This one does, in fact, have weapons, as you can see on the sides of it. It has a minigun, a Hydra rocket, a Stinger, and spotting, and also a kind of targeting system. It also has gunner mode, which we'll get into later, Z to zoom in, which is pretty cool, and we've already been over camera modes, so let's get this guy into the air. Also, there's a glitch with UAVs. Right now, they do not have sound to them for some reason, and I do not know why. So, gunner mode is like this. It pretty much puts you in a kind of gunner kind of format, which is pretty cool. So, you can't hear sound, sadly, with the UAVs. But if I get out of gunner mode, then I can go back into hover mode. So you cannot use gunner mode while in hovering mode. And in order to get into gunner mode, you press H. I would show this helicopter off, but since there's no sound, it's kind of boring. So I just only picked it so I could show you how how the UAV system works. So we're actually going to get out, and when you get out, you just spawn right back here. And now it is going to land. We'll actually be shooting him a little bit later. Last but not least, we have the Apache longbow right here. And this is essentially an attack helicopter. As you can tell, it is rigged out with guns and Stinger missiles, more machine compiled guns, and more missiles. And also a gun on the front. If you are with a friend, he can control that. I am actually in the gun he is in right now. Let's go see. No, I can't, because I'm stupid. So that's pretty cool. So we'll actually fly with this one. So G is the change. We already said that, but now there's a new button called X. Ooh. What X does is it changes the mode of the weapon you're using. So a few of the weapons on these helicopters and planes, God, my rotors are lagging out because I have my corn software on. What they do is they change the mode of the gun. So as you can see, I have a chain gun, and now I have a chain gun HE, and I can change it back. Hydra rocket, nothing. Nothing. Stinger, I don't think has anything. Hellfire, I believe it has one. Yeah, TA. And then the Hellfire TV can go to the regular Hellfire. And then the Avenger. So that's pretty cool. So some of the guns themselves have different modes on them. I also forgot to tell you of the GUI. If you look, if I turn my camera, well, in free look obviously, or if I'm moving the helicopter, I have a little compass on the top of my GUI. So right now I'm facing west, which is the little, if you see the little red marker. Now I'm facing southwest, and that's pretty cool. It also tells you your elevation, which way your screen is facing. So if you see those numbers, you know, it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, and then it goes down. That's pretty much my up and down of the screen. You also have a radar. Green is peaceful mobs, and red is either players or hostile mobs. Of course, it tells you the ammo, also tells you your coordinates, and it tells you the health of your gun. I'm actually in hover mode. I don't want to be in that. So we're going to get up into the air, and we're going to try out a few of these things. Also, you might also see the little damage indicator on there. The little hit marker. That isn't from Flans Plus mod, even though I do have it installed. That is already in MCHeli, which is pretty cool. Let's get to Hydra rockets. Oh yeah, the power inside me. So right now I'm kind of going in and out of hovering mode, as you can tell. So I'm going into fly mode, then into hovering mode, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna try to turn this guy around. There we go. Let's get to the other Hydra. Stinger missile, can I get on, lock on? No, I can't. We'll show you how the Stinger missile works in a little bit, don't worry. Hellfire. Oh yeah, I can lock on with this one though. And see how the lock on works? You have to put your, oh god. Oh, I hit the helicopter, I think. It will lock on to an entity. It looks like the Hellfire can lock onto an entity. A Stinger can only lock onto other helicopters and such. But this is cool. I didn't know the Hellfire could lock onto any entity. But you see that orange box around every entity? What you have to do is you have to hold down right click, and when you hold down right click, a little red bar will slowly fill up the green bar, as you can tell. So right there, I just shot a Hellfire, and it just got it. Oh, I hate that. We're actually going to turn on night vision so you guys can see. It does in fact work. It's a little weird, but it works. So I'm turning this guy around as of now. Maybe I can also shoot these guys. Yep, I can shoot them from here. So you can see that little red bar fill up. Missile goes down, then it goes, missile goes up, then it goes down, and as you can tell, makes a beautiful thing right there. So actually, we are going to land this guy as much as we do not want to. So we're going to get out of hovering, and we're going to land him down like so. Now it's nighttime, of course, and I don't have my night vision, but you can see that it definitely changed the vision while you're in the helicopter, so the night vision definitely works. It's just green and stuff, which is pretty cool. Something I forgot to tell you, oh, oops. The, Apache does have a few decals with it, which I can show you real quick. So, yep, there's the desert decal. Oh, oops. There is the kind of shark kind of look decal. And then I believe, yep, white decal. A camouflage decal. And then back to regular. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you how the wrench works. We did hit that helicopter over here, and I don't think it blew up, did it? Oh, okay, I think it did blow up, which kind of sucks. Sorry, villagers, I kind of destroyed your area. Well, then we can show it off a different way. We'll actually get a, machine gun out real quick. We'll get a bow first, I guess, because that's not one of the ones I'm going to be showing in the next episode. And we're just going to shoot this guy a little bit, you know? Come on, I'll get for the red reticle. There we go, red reticle. Or hit marker. Okay, so that's fair enough. Now the thing is smoking. So if I hold the wrench out, like so, and I get near the craft, it says 8%. Now that is the health of the aircraft itself. If I hold right click, it'll start doing this little animation, and it will start fixing the aircraft, which, you know, pretty obvious. So we're gonna just fix this aircraft all the way up. We might as well. So yeah, that's pretty much how the wrench works. You can also block with the wrench, and it can be used as a weapon, because it has 6 attack damage. I don't even know why we tried to fix it. Well, then, of course, I was just showing you guys. The last thing we're gonna go over in the mod today, guys, is we're going to go over the rappelling feature which they have added in this mod. So we'll get into this helicopter real quick. I'm going to go into F5 mode. I'm going to page up, which will zoom me out, page down, which will zoom me in. Just want to get that into your, let you guys know that. So I'm going to go up into the air. And this is far enough, okay? And I'm going to go into free look mode so I can look around. So a cool thing that this mod has made is rappelling. See how the Y, which used to be dismount, now says rappelling. Now I can actually rappel entities down, which is awesome. This mod was like almost made for custom NPCs, because now I can bring my men down in a super cool way. So we're actually going to zoom in a little bit. Oops, that was zooming out. And we're going to rappel. So first thing you do, once you have the helicopter in a stable position where it's not moving, you can officially rappel down any entity that is in your helicopter. Now, it does not work with players. So sadly, if you do want players to get out of your helicopter, they're going to have to dismount themselves and use a parachute. But if I hit Y, see, it puts a little rappelling thing down, and then my guys can rappel all the way down to freedom. And then they can go ahead and attack. And then if I press Y again, it will bring the string up. Now your co-pilot will stay with you, so he's not leaving you anytime soon. But that is pretty snazzy. And then I can get out of hovering mode and land this baby down somewhere. So pretty much you can do tactical maneuvers. Oh geez. You can do tactical maneuvers with this thing. So you can go up into the air. It looks like that guy, he teleported back. Lol. But you can put them up into the air, and then you can let them rappel down, and they can do their own little thing, which is awesome. Also, planes have something similar to this, but instead of rappelling down, they actually have parachutes. I'll be showing that in the next episode. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. This was pretty fun to make, actually. we talked about the helicopters, and we talked about the simple things about this mod, like the UAV station and such. But next episode, we'll get into the final things, the boats and the airplanes and such. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please slap that like button in the face. Let's try to hit maybe 3 likes for this episode, especially since we got those NPCs to rappel down, which is awesome. So anyway, bye, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.